This video is going to explain how to disassemble a Spirit Halloween Proton Pack to prepare it for electronic upgrades. This particular pack that I'm working with has a little bit of damage from shipping, but none of the damage is going to be an issue. I think for the modifications we're going to make, this is going to be a pretty complete build. So the first thing you need to do is remove this cardboard motherboard. It's held in place by a few screws that are under the fabric. So there's a couple of different ways you can do it. If you know you're not going to reuse this motherboard, you can just cut and slash and rip this apart and throw it out. If you want to reuse this cardboard motherboard for whatever reason, if you're not planning to do a motherboard upgrade, you need to locate the screws under the fabric and remove them. So if you're going to reuse the motherboard, what I would recommend to do is take a simple little box knife or something else and just very gently and carefully cut a small slit in the fabric to expose the screw head. And it looks like they've changed the types of screws a little bit over the years with the different Spirit packs. So you can just cut a small slit just like that, just locate the screws, and then go ahead and remove them once you can find them. So it's a small Phillips head screw. I've had luck with not even having to back the screw completely out of the fabric. It'll stay caught in there, which actually helps you for when you do the reassembly later. Just the second one here. This is the washer style screw head that they use on these to hold it in place. So once you've got all 5 screws out, you now have access to the electronics. So like I said, this is moving this motherboard is a lot easier if you don't have to worry about trying to save it and reuse it. So that's the first step. Next, we're going to take a look at the original electronics and getting those out of there. So there's a single LED up in the power cell here that's connected down to the cyclotron boards. There's the speaker and the original battery pack. And then the wand electronics are connectorized and plug into the wand. Depending on the upgrade that you're going to do is how careful you need to be when you remove them. So now we're going to remove the electronics, the original electronics from the pack. So the battery pack here. There are 4 screws that hold in the small cyclotron boards. You're going to remove those. Do not lose these screws. You will need them again if you're installing the Frankengeek pack upgrade kit, because the Frankengeek cyclotron board mounts right in place. So don't lose those screws. Now the single LED that's up in the power cell is just hot glued in place. If you're not too worried about saving the electronics, just pull it out, break the hot glue loose. Next, you need to remove the 3 screws that hold the speaker in place. Again, don't lose them because you may need them again. Now the wand connector has a little bit of hot glue to keep it from unplugging. I'm not quite sure why they do that. These JST connectors are pretty resilient. You can just peel that hot glue off and then disconnect the connector. Try not to pull on the wires, but actually pull on the plastic housing of the connector to unplug it. See, it comes off like that, at which point you've now removed all of the original pack electronics. You may want to not throw these away. I've seen some people use them for creative projects. If you've got kids and you want to build a junior size pack, That's a great inexpensive way to have some electronics in there, or if you know anybody who's got a broken one they're trying to repair, that could be another option.